promises. We're going to cover this and more on day 89 of the Trump presidency. Let's begin with Joe Johns, live at the White House. Good morning, Joe.
Good morning, Chris. On a day when millions of Americans have to file their taxes, it's a reminder that as a candidate, Donald Trump ran on the issue of transparency and used it as a weapon. Now, after he's gotten the job and taken his seat in the Oval Office, it doesn't seem to matter much.
Is it time just to say once and for all the president is never going to release his tax returns?
We'll have to get back to you on that.
The White House on the defensive, facing mounting criticism over the administration's lack of transparency.
We're under the same audit that existed, and so nothing has changed.
Press Secretary Sean Spicer again citing routine audits to justify President Trump's refusal to release any tax returns, except an IRS audit does not prevent disclosure. This lack of transparency now jeopardizing another Trump key campaign promise, an overhaul of the tax code. The New York Times writing that Democrats are uniting around a pledge not to cooperate on any rewriting of the tax code unless they know specifically how that provision would benefit the billionaire president and his family. A growing number of Republican lawmakers also calling on the president to make his returns public.
I think it would be a good gesture on his part to release them like all other presidents have.
Some lawmakers are being shouted down at town halls over Trump's taxes.
As far as I'm aware, the president says he's still under audit. And he said he's going to release them.
The president himself downplaying the issue in the face of nationwide protests this weekend.
Show us your taxes! Show us your taxes!
Tweeting, "I did what was an almost impossible thing to do for a Republican. Easily won the Electoral College. Now tax returns are being brought up again?" The administration also facing scrutiny for refusing to disclose who's golfing with the president and for reversing an Obama-era precedent of making White House visitor logs public.
We recognize that there's a privacy aspect to allowing citizens to come express their views.
Press Secretary Sean Spicer suggesting that such disclosures would be harmful and unnecessary. Spicer adding that the Obama White House redacted some visitor names while acknowledging the Trump administration will not release any.
Frankly, the faux attempt that the Obama administration put out where they would scrub who they didn't want put out didn't serve anyone well.
This policy change inconsistent with Trump's past criticism of Obama, who he labeled the least transparent president ever. Tweeting vaguely in 2012, why does Obama believe he shouldn't comply with record releases that his predecessors did of their own volition? Hiding something? Today, the president travels to Kenosha, Wisconsin to visit Snap-on Tools. He's expected to sign an executive order changing the H-1B visa program, which brings in highly skilled workers. The administration says the object of this order is to promote the hiring of American workers. Allison and Chris.
Joe, thank you very much.